Greetings, beloved human family. I am Gilles Mancillon, and I come very briefly to you today to do a little card reading for addressing this new moon today in Sagittarius. It is a very should be clear that this moon will bring higher philosophical ideas. Life is sometimes showing us two timelines, all those things that are going away. That it's like a sinking boat. The decay, the disease, the violence, the brutality. All those things are going away. It is no longer the timeline that we choose. It's like the glass is half empty, and then there is the other versions of Earth that is more harmonious, more flowing, more joy, more happiness, more freedom, where all those things. So we have to choose the positive timeline for us to move in there and stop struggling as much as possible, to let go of all those wounds so that we can be free to experience light and life and love and abundance and freedom throughout this coming year. Also, it is no use to entertain impossible dreams. Of course, if my dream is to become a sumo champion, it is very unlikely in this incarnation I will achieve that dream. But I have so many other adventures that are opening to me, that are always open. And so we have to always calibrate our dreams. We have to dream very big, because the universe is far more intelligent in its manifestation process. It can bring all kinds of things in amazing way into our life, but we have to choose a dream that makes sense to us, that brings us passion. And in truth, what we're seeking is we're all seeking love. We're all seeking to live within this abundant love and flow, where we are prosper, we are healthy, we have a sense of meaning. We are doing creative activities that fulfill us, that we have human relations that are enriching. We want to live in a beautiful environment. But there is all kinds of things that we want, and we have to believe that those things can come into our life more and more as we make those higher choices. So I will pull out a few cards for that month. For it is now. The time goes so fast. Whenever you pick up this reading, it is just for the now, and then if there is anything that makes sense or that you want to use from what I'm saying in this reading, then you anchor it within yourself and you continue to work with it. The situation is nothing short of the sun, the possibility of experiencing it all, having it all. There is no reason why we cannot have it all. It is all about judgment, that we need to let go of all those self-judgment, so that we can experience the totality of who we are, the fullness of. It is a great, an older man, a great master, who was having this discussion with this amazing insect, and is. And they're very, very in deep communication. It is reaching a higher level of self-empowerment and being able to enjoy all that life has to offer. In terms of the energy that could be opposing or contradicting that, there is no opposition really. It is the card of silence, it is meditation, it is the star, it is the crystallization of dreams and desires. For within the silence, there is silence is vast. There is all things within silence. We will come to discover. Our mind is always busy, so we have never truly been able to know the silence, but know it's there. Will always be there. There is always this space where everything stands still, the 0 point. What we see before us is guidance, is the ability to follow a higher intelligence that is being presented before us, before our consciousness, once we know that we are surrounded by invisible energies that possess higher wisdom and that are helping us to achieve what we need to achieve. Then the challenge is to be able to follow that guidance. Not always easy. First you have to see it, you have to recognize it, and then you have to apply it. Certain things are more difficult than others, but Spirit will never let you down, will always be there. There is no, even if you fell from a test, and you just pick it up right there and you start again. The love of God is not being affected by your success and your failure. It's just when you suffer, it suffers with you, and when you're happy, it's happy for you and with you. There is a great deal of misunderstanding about the nature of God. For God is love. God is all that is. For God is more than just than what we believe Him or her to be. For there is this great isness, but then God is also within us, and then is we are also within him. So there's all kinds of relationship that will be enhanced by this communication, this allowing of the divine within to gain more power, more space within ourselves. Of course, it's a slow and gradual process. For this light is so powerful, it couldn't just come in like that. That's why we have guides. They're helping us to prepare ourselves. In our subconscious, we have what is buried deep inside. That's the sum of all our unconscious, coming from past life and so on. Here we have ordinariness, so that means we have allowed ourselves to return to that natural understanding that all is perfect within nature and all happens naturally, and that has led us to maturity. All the flowers that were grown here in the subconscious, in the faraway past. This person is very happy with just having a normal, simple life, or he may, and when you accept the ordinary, it becomes extraordinary, because there is everything is extraordinary. Albert Einstein. I share his view on that, in the sense that he said that whole of life is a miracle, or nothing in life is miraculous. For all is just pure. It's just pure. Everything is made of the divine. It's just we haven't. We've been locked into a mental process that showed us all kinds of things, and that were less than what they were truly are, but they were temporary construct that we use as contrast in order to grow and learn within this matrix parameter. So now we have achieved that point of maturity. We are able to look at ourselves in a higher way. For she is made of flowers. It is all the work that has been done that is being that will manifest in a more potent, more visible way. The next situation, what will come into our life, that may be a bit of a challenge. But it's not a challenge but challenges are really opportunities for growth. It's the idea of compromise. So the idea of compromise is that you want to reject external authority, everything that we have been taught in school, that is in the media. There is all kinds of distortion, and so you cannot take there is all kinds of lies as well. But so you have to verify things within yourself. How do those things? You have to develop your own sense of integrity, and for that you cannot compromise. The more you give your power, when you compromise, when we think that someone is more powerful than we are, that solution comes from outside, then we're giving our power away, and we denying the fact that we have the power to make the transformation ourselves. So it's okay to compromise certain things with ourselves, like, for me, I'm ready to try to compromise the fact that when I get up in the morning, I had to drink tea rather than coffee. It is a compromise because I prefer to drink coffee than tea, but I know that in my transformative process at this point in time, it is far better for me to do without caffeine at all. But it is a very difficult path because I just like it. So, but this comes progressively. I'm just in the process of that. Once you understand that, there is a natural. Everybody's got different things they're working on. But then there is consciousness, there is the Buddha, there is higher consciousness, there is the elevated consciousness. For once you are totally sincere and accepting within yourself, then there is no more obstacle to ascension. Before we can release a fear, when comes a shadow, a fear, a bad memory, a wound. Before we can release it, we have to accept it. If we reject it, it's no way we're going to be able to release it. We reject it, and then we say, well, we'll release that, but then it's still there. Why? Because it hasn't been accepted. So there is part of us that needs to be integrated. We have to be tolerant of our own limitation in order to transcend them. For if you are not tolerant of those things that you do not like about yourself, then you are preventing those things from being transformed. But this is what is happening. As consciousness comes into the picture, everything is able to change with more grace and ease, because there is a better understanding on how those energy works within ourselves. And in order to do that, we become, we turn in. We have to turn in towards the ocean of peace within ourselves, and not to allow ourselves to be distracted by those millions of distractions, all those things that we use to escape ourselves, to not look at our soul, to not look at all those shadows and all those things. But it is by taking a slow progress a slow, a step-by-step process in integrating spiritual technique that allows us to turn towards ourselves, that we slowly are able to become more observing of what is going on, and less we don't allow those dark energies that are part of everyone to dominate us, but we are able to integrate it in a way that the soul gets the last word, and we are aligned with love. We don't allow those old programming to run our show, so to speak. What comes to us from the outside world is integration. So everything is being given from the world, from the reflection of the world, to integrate all those ideas, but they all come from within you, from within us. That we are the creator. We have to assume the responsibilities of our life, knowing that there is a force, a higher force that is what people call God, spirit, higher self. Well, all those things are different things, but to us, in relationship to the ego consciousness, they are one benevolent force. There are many ways to the truth, and all road will lead back to God. So there is no rush. God is an eternal being, and so are you. So you have no rush, but then you want to utilize this time to do as much as possible. Sometimes we may feel that those values of spiritual life do not help us in our physical life. And in many sense, it is true. The rewards that the rewards that we get from being spiritual it's not always a material thing or instantaneous, but as we liberate ourselves, we will come to realize that at the end this will be the most important, because none of this our life are incredible, magnificent. I love my life, I love my incarnation, but I know that this is temporary. This is just a vehicle that I'm moving through, and I use this vehicle in order to do all that I do. And so, but it is temporary, and this is all on loan. So we want to utilize our time to do the best of it, and at the end, our consciousness will be left with all that has been gained in terms of inner transformation. We'll have evolved, we have grown, we have actually grown far more than what we dreamed of. We just don't see it maybe yet. Right now the challenge is about conditioning, liberating ourselves from old conditioning. It is the story of a lion that grew up with sheep, and so he's always believed he was a sheep, so he's been following the other sheep, but then once he realizes he's a lion, he still loves the sheep. He's not going to hurt them because he sees them as brothers and sisters, but he has no reason to remain entrapped by this conditioning. He can raise himself above, for he's a lion. And the key to that month's that new moon experience will be experiencing new experiences, more connected experience, greater sensory pleasure, greater feelings in terms of discovering new sensation, maybe new talent, new ideas, new possibilities that will put us on the path of greater physical well-being in relationship to our life. For what will be revealed through that experiencing is the idea of success, to be able to complete the puzzle, to clear the deck, to move on to something else, leaving all the past behind, knowing that everything has been done. Now there is a new level that is opening to us. Well, I hope this video was interesting for you. I thought maybe I'll make a very short comment. I've been asked on this painting. For this painting is a painting of cosmology. I've changed the color here. I didn't like the color. Right now, the only thing that is done is this center. It represents the great I am, the great God of all creation, the Paradise Trinity. I'm going to have to find symbol here for the Universal Father, the Eternal Son, and the Infinite Spirit. Those are infinite beings, so they're very impossible to represent. And then here I'm working on the Supreme, the Ultimate, and the Absolute. Another part that is finished in the painting is the Senior Architect of the Master Universe here, with the Transcendental Domains. And then on the non-personal level below, there is the Universe of Universes with the Paradise Center here, with the dimensions of Paradise, and then the 21 satellites of Paradise, and then the perfect central universe, Avona, and then there is the dark gravity bodies in silver here that are completely protecting this universe from outside viewer. And our universe is here, is part of the 7 super universe. Those I'm going to be working on, and then the outer galactic family of outer space. For this is this painting is very settled. Of course I have an idea when I start, but little by little, I'm discovering and I'm working with those, with whatever's there, and very, very slowly. It's like surgical work. Of course, there's no danger, like in a surgeon would imply somebody else's life, but it is a very, very, the more precise I can get, the faster I go, but sometimes it takes me a long time to see what I need to do. Just to illustrate, I just want to show you, this is the same subject painting, but it's a finished piece from 2002. Here is the Paradise Trinity. Yeah. The transcendentals and all the families of spirit being are well integrated, so this is finished. And it is a bit the same thing in life. Sometimes we can't see really what's going on until the piece is complete, but we have to trust that at the end you'll have something that's like better than you expected, the more you trust. Also, someone asked me to comment on that painting. It is completely different. It's 2008. It's part of metacosmic paintings. The other ones are more cosmological paintings. This is called Twin Universe. It represents, it's symbolized by two golden rings, and it is our universe that is twinned with another universe, and sometimes they communicate together as one, and so this is a vibrational painting of sort. So in any event, I wanted to close this video, but I hope you're having a wonderful day. You have a magical time for Christmas and holidays. I hope I will come back to you before. I'm looking forward to seeing you on my next video, and I wish you a lot of wonderful time until then. Namaste.